Alright guys, travel back with us to a long time ago, 2017, Made in Abyss. Amazon Prime just gently slid it down our throat beautifully. And I don't know,
There's a different way we can put that.
I was told that this was, by this young gentleman here, this is one I gotta watch. He tried for months, and here we are. Season 1, cause there's a movie, I'm gonna quote it, haven't found it, and a season 2 on release in July of 2022. So
Yeah, apparently the movie's still in Japan, and it's very hard for someone from America to try to watch it. But
yeah.
we're gonna try not to go too spoiler heavy.
No.
We might touch a couple.
it's old,
So
it's easy watch.
first thoughts when it was over, just like all together, what did you think about it?
I thought honestly it was better than I expected. If you look at the art style, very, to me, childlike. Which isn't welcoming to, I believe, people like you and me. We watch more, up to...
I was okay with it, actually.
I got used to it. And it was because they are... So it follows Rico and Reg, who are children that, are growing up in an orphanage. And, they live outside this, we think, looks like a crater, but it's the abyss. And so it followed that theme, and I was cool with that because they were children, now intelligent kids. I think they were survivors. They were, really care
that colony was so used to going down into the premise of the show, which is a hole in the earth somewhere that is surrounded by a city on an island that you can descend as far as you want, that we still don't know the depths of.
We're slowly learning by the end
But
of
when you come up, depending on how far you go down, and it's split in layers, you'll have more adverse effects.
Right.
The deeper you go, and then try to ascend.
Skills based on whistle color.
Oh, yes. It starts at a red whistle when you're a child, and then you get to a blue, and then a moon.
I was wondering if there was something between that and black.
Or is it moon then blue, and then it goes to black.
Well, they got a blue whistle.
Yes, and then white whistles.
Yeah, which are the best of the best.
Rico is trying to find her mom, who is a white whistle that is said to have descended to the 6th or 7th layer.
Yeah, I think it's beyond the 6th. If you ask me, it seemed like she was the best. She was celebrated. Rico's never met her, but celebrated by the town.
Yeah.
Everything about her. So she's famous. And Rico kind of went unnoticed because they never wanted anyone to know that she was the child of Liza. So, and then you cool fantasy monsters along the way. I think there's a lot of story that's in there.
Yeah, I was getting back to the animation point, though, just giving the synopsis of what it was. Yeah. As soon as episode 1 ended, you were like, okay, this is what I'm getting. So as long as they're going to tell me a good story that goes along with it, I'm sold on the way they're presenting it to me.
Because
the facial animations have a little bit of their noses are kind of gone. But you know what?
Could I
care.
draw it? Yes, I feel like I could, and I have no artistic ability. But it did take me a while because you and I have talked about the show for some time now. Mm-hmm. I watched episode 1.
I've been trying to get him to watch it for a year?
Oh, easy, almost a year.
Yeah,
it was one of the initial shows we wanted to put on our channel because it's an easy watcher for me. At 20-some minutes a clip, besides the last episode.
13 episodes.
And I honestly, I watched it in, I'm going to say, 2 sittings. I had to stop myself because I didn't want to burn through it.
Yeah.
There was no need.
Right.
I wanted to enjoy it and put some thought to it because I think this show is far deeper than it looks and it seems.
Very true. Very true.
I think, it hits emotion, it hits, the story even, obviously, as you've grown with me and grown with us, you have to give it some time for the season 1. As we look at Demon Slayer, I think that was a slow draw. But look at season 2.
You have to introduce the world in season 1,
and that's what I'm getting used to
in every show. Anyway, that's the job a season 1 has in any show ever, especially if it's like a fantasy or like an anime.
Yep.
You've got to sell us on the world that you're trying to present the story in for me to care enough to go, I can't wait for season 2, I can't wait for season 3.
At this point,
the premise of this show tied with the character development, the ups and downs of first of all, the music. Everyone knows you joke about it all the time that all I care about is the music, or what I care about more than anything is the music. He's probably not wrong. And in this show, it kills the music game.
It's fitting. It fits every part.
There are songs in here that sound like it's ripped out of Zelda, and it's the adventure part of it. I think that
and the vastness. I think that music was
You know what this show does to me?
all-encompassing.
This is like a perfect adventure anime. Like,
Yeah.
forget anime. This is like a perfect adventure story. It could have been in any medium, and I keep thinking how cool the video game would be.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you were sitting there as you were watching, like, yeah, this would be a good video game. And I think there is one out there from what I quick read.
You did tell me there was one being made, I think.
Or made
I have
or
to
out
look
there.
into that.
We just got to look. But yes, it would. And it would
high
be simple.
expectations.
It'd be a story.
Yeah.
And it would be, you could tell a little more because you get to play it. And you get to experience the monsters. You get to experience each level. Because right now we know of 6. And we know the harm that it does each level. And we got to see that. Yes, children are the main characters. But I think they're more developed than I've seen most children in a lot of shows. And I think that just comes with the Japanese culture.
I kind of hate the fact that it's always kids. I would love to see an anime in, like, a nice, like, A-tier anime that is introducing, like, 20-something-year-olds.
Well, like, you get that in Demon Slayer with the Hashira. They're, like, in their 20s.
That's true. They are, like, I mean, like, the main character. Instead of being, like, a 14 or a 15-year-old.
I think that's your shonen anime.
You know, how old is Yuji in Jujutsu Kaisen?
He's in
17, maybe?
Yeah.
17, 18.
That's tops.
Yeah, like, you know, life is not over at 25, 26 years old. We can make the main protagonist
that question.
High, like, older than, like, 12.
Yes.
And that is, like, one small... And that's not, like, a gripe about the show as much as, like, anime in general for me. I want to see more adult-catered anime. Not only in the way they tell the stories, but, like, the characters that...
No, I agree.
You know what? Maybe it's me and, like, the anime I like. It's like,
but
you don't know. Stop
They've
watching that anime,
watches.
dumbass. But I don't know how much of it exists out there that would be what I'm asking
I
for.
agree. I agree.
But if there is, that would be my one ask of anime as a medium. Like, a little bit older protagonists. So that way, maybe some of the sexual scenes that they show, and I should say, like, sexual leaning scenes, don't feel weird because
you're like you're watching a 12 and 14-year-old kind of like feel themselves out. I'm like,
these are definitely kids.
I was an awkward 12-year-old. I don't think I knew how my penis worked.
Yeah, but neither does Reg. Apparently,
it comes to. But you know, anyway, before we move into the layman's review, if you guys know anything about season 2 or the movie, how we can watch it, please help us out
below, please. I want to watch that movie. I think I found a website that is in, like.
Yeah,
strangely enough,
you got to go through the back door, through the front door of some odd websites.
Sign into your VPN.
Then you're going to watch this movie and get all the viruses you've ever wanted.
This is going to be a perfect time. We're too small right now to have like a somebody paying us to put an ad in. How good of a time would it be to put like a NordVPN in right now? Like, you know what? Maybe if you were in Japan, it would be easier to watch. If you had NordVPN, you could mask your IP address. All right, we're not going to give them a free ad because they haven't paid us yet. I don't know if it would. If you mask your IP address and then show it in Japan, is it on Amazon Prime in Japan? Is it available in Japan, like Prime? I have a lot of questions.
We have a lot of questions. Anyway,
NordVPN, hit us up.
Stop it. Here we go to the layman's review.
Yes. 3.
I don't know what you're going to give this.
2, 1.
Ooh, damn.
Oh, no. Easy A. The character development was way deeper than you probably thought when you started for episode 1. You were like, this is going to be a child show. Ryan thought it was nice because it was like a gleeful, like he even said his girlfriend would like this show because maybe it's like not as dark as some other. No. This show goes up and down the emotional spectrum as good as anime I think can, or pretty much as good as anime can.
I'm going to save your explanation because honestly, as I was discussing the show, I was like, why didn't I give it an A?
Okay.
Because I went behind my secret curtain that you guys can't see over here and wrote it and kept it a secret from him. But, no, for sure. Like, as we were talking about the character, the feelings, the emotion, the music. The
premise of the show and how original it is.
My want for the movie that I can't find. The want for season 2. I'm like, okay, that was dumb. You should have given it an A. I try to look at it like, you know, we have our ultimate A, which is always going to be Forever One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Because that's the
You're better than One Punch Man, guess what you get to?
Yeah.
God tier.
So I think right now, you know, this is an A. If season 2 comes out swinging like we've seen season 2s, I don't see why it wouldn't be an S. And if we look at it, if we watch the movie, if we find a game, this could be a multi-platform success in our eyes. And it comes free with your Amazon Prime membership. I don't know what else is better.
Amazon Prime. Hit us up.
Jeff, please. Hook our brothers up.
The story, the premise, the character arcs, the voice acting. I don't know Japanese, but they can act their asses off. Good. You don't need to understand the language. You can read it. You can hear pitch, and you can hear like the way the inflections of the voices go up and down.
So with going off characters in that voicing,
Yeah.
you Ozen, I think played the great.
She was probably my favorite character.
I hated her at the beginning,
Oh, I
and then
did too.
she did it. She was a good guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like this hunchbacked, angry-looking woman that's
Hawk
in
of a
these,
woman.
Yeah, that's carried.
Yep.
You know, Rico around and knew of her, and but ended up helping and wouldn't like double cross a child and like all these things, and it was just her calm, cool, collected, weird voice that kind of like gave more to that character.
It was ominous. It was dark.
Yep.
It was like...
Made you want to hate her.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the villain that we're going to hate in season 1 right here.
When they introduce characters like that, and then they just do a hard left, and you're like, oh, son of a bitch, that's a good character to me.
This was all training.
And you were
because-
convinced that it was like, oh, she actually... Remember the Black Whistle that said he probably should have went down there with them?
Yep.
I was like, damn, she actually
The
might
uncle?
be a piece of shit.
Yeah. To
and-
avoid her, watch her, be
Yes,
careful of her.
exactly.
So people know that she could be a terrible person, but she isn't.
No,
I'm
she's
assuming-
actually a fantastic White Whistle, actually.
I assume living down there eats away at your brain and your soul and everything you think and want and love.
Well, her
but-
hair hides all her scars.
Yeah, which I wanted her hair like the.
Maybe season 2 we get more Ozen.
Yeah.
We
be
need
okay
more
with
Ozen
that.
because what a
Yeah.
fantastic character.
So all
To your
around,
point.
this
It's an A show.
A show. Watch it.
Yeah. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.